So now we are going to discuss some simple problems on Laplace transforms. So we discussed about the Laplace transform of elementary functions like t raised n, e raised at, sin at, cos at, sin h at, cos h at, etc. And now we are going to discuss about some simple functions uh, which can be whose Laplace transforms can be calculated in a direct way. So start with some very fundamental equations like say the Laplace transform of say e raised minus 3t. So we know that Laplace transform of e raised a t is equal to 1 by s minus a. And in this example, a is equal to minus 3. So it is 1 by s minus a or minus 3. A is equal to 3. So it is 3. This is equal to 1 by s plus 3. So it's very simple. Now let's consider another one, Laplace transform of say sine 3t. So we know that Laplace transform of sine at is equal to a by s square plus s square. So here a is equal to 3. So it is 3 by s square plus 3 square, which is equal to 3 by s square plus 9. So we can calculate the Laplace transforms of many functions in this way. Now let's consider another function. Say if you are looking for the Laplace transform of uh, say something like sine square 3t, which is equal to, we know that sine square a is equal to 1 minus cos 2a divided by 2. So the sine square 2a is replaced as 1 minus cos of 2 into a. A is equal to 3t here. So 2 into 3t, that is 6t divided by 2. Now we can use the linearity property of Laplace transform, and we can take this 1 by 2 outside, and we distribute this Laplace transform as Laplace transform of 1 minus Laplace transform of cos 6t. And this is equal to anyway the Laplace transform of 1 is 1 by s, and Laplace transform of uh, cos 6t is s by s square plus 6 square, that is 36. So this is our required Laplace transform of um, sine square 3t. So this is how we usually calculate the Laplace transform of trigonometric functions of the form sine square a or cos square a. So if we are looking for the Laplace transform of cos square, say cos square 2t, this is equal to the Laplace transform of 1 plus cos 2a divided by 2. So you should remember all these fundamental trigonometric relations, and this is equal to 1 by 2 into Laplace transform of 1 plus Laplace transform of cos 2 into 2t. 2 into 2t. And we know that Laplace transform of 1 is 1 by s, and the Laplace transform of 1 is 1 by s, and the Laplace transform of cos 2 into 2, that is cos 40, is s by s square plus 4 square, that is 60. So that's that. Now, uh, there are some situations in which we are looking for the Laplace transform of say cubic functions. In the case of cubic functions also, we use trigonometric relations. So let's consider the Laplace transform of sine cube t. Sine cube t. This is equal to the Laplace transform of sine cube t is equal to 3 sine t minus sine 3t divided by 4. Uh, Many of these trigonometric relations are included in your class tables, so please refer your class tables first and check whether this particular relation is included in that or not. So if there is an integral where this relation is included in your class tables, then you can refer that in your examination hall, and no need to remember all these relations, but I strongly recommend to remember some fundamental trigonometric relations. So it is okay. So we take this 1 by 4 as a common factor, and what remains is 3 sine t minus sine 3t. So that's equal to this 1 by 4 into uh, Laplace transform of 3 sine t. 3 is a constant. Laplace transform of sine t is here it is sine 80, where a is equal to 1. So it is 1 by s square plus 1 square minus Laplace transform of sine 3t, sine 80, a is equal to 3 here. So it is a by s square plus a square, that is 3 by s square plus 3 square. So we just rewrite it in a much better form as 1 by 4 into 3 by s square plus 1 minus 3 by s square plus 9. So we can simplify this expression by taking s square plus 1 into s square plus 9 as an LCM. So it's possible, but it's not an essential thing. So that is how we solve or find the Laplace transform of such functions. Then let's consider another example. If you are looking for the Laplace transform of say sine 4t into cos 3t. So what we are going to discuss here, or what we are going to use here, is an expression for sin a cos b. Sin a cos b, what we have is 2 sin a cos b is equal to sin a plus b uh, plus sin a minus b. So this is a direct reduction from the expression for sin a plus b and sin a minus b. So here from this expression we have this equal to the Laplace transform of here we have one expression of the form sin a cos b. So there is a 1 by 2 into uh, sin a plus b, sine of 40 plus 3t, that is 70, plus sine a minus b. Sine of 40 minus 3t is t. And now it is equal to 1 by 2 into Laplace transform of sine 7t plus Laplace transform of sine t, which is equal to 1 by 2 into Laplace transform of sine 7t is 7 by s square plus 7 square, that is 49, plus sine t, the Laplace transform is a by s square plus 1 square. So that is constant, and here t is the variable, so into t, and this is equal to, instead of a e raised to t we have the Laplace transform, instead of a we have log 2, so it is the Laplace transform of e raised to t is 1 by s minus a, so it is 1 by s minus log of 2, log of. So this is actually a simple one, but it needs some kind of uh, tricky calculations. Now consider another one, the Laplace transform of uh, 2t plus 3 the square. So that's a simple algebraic expression or polynomial expression. How we calculate the Laplace transform? We just expand it as a plus b the whole square as 4t square plus 2 into ab, that is 12 t plus 3 square, that is 9. Now by the linearity property of Laplace transform, it is 4 times Laplace transform of t square plus 12 times Laplace transform of t plus 9 times Laplace transform of 1, which is equal to 4 times t raised to n, it is n factorial divided by s raised to n plus 1, so it is 2 factorial divided by s to the power n plus 1, that is 2 plus 1, that is 3, plus 12 into t raised to 1, that is 1 factorial divided by s raised to 1 plus 1, that is s square, plus 9 times either it is the Laplace transform of that one or t raised to 0, that is 1 by s. So we can just rewrite it uh, in a better form as here 2 factorial is 2, so it is 8 by s cube plus 12 by s square plus 9 by s. So that's the Laplace transform of 2t plus 3 the whole square. So now let's consider the Laplace transform of e raised to t plus e raised to 3 e raised to minus 3t plus 5. The Laplace transform, again by the linearity property, it is Laplace transform of e raised to t plus 3 times Laplace transform of e raised to minus 3t plus 5 times Laplace transform of 1, which is equal to e raised to t, it is 1 by s minus 2, then plus 3 times 1 by s minus 3 plus is 5 times 1 by s. So it is 1 by s minus 2 plus 3 by s plus 3 plus 5 divided by s. So that's a required Laplace transform. You can simplify it, but it's not that much essential. Now, let's have some functions which can be solved using the first shifting theorem, which gives if the Laplace transform of f of t is equal to capital F of s, then uh, if this is true, then we have by shifting theorem the Laplace transform of e raised to at into f of t. E raised to at into f of t is equal to capital F of s minus a. So this is known as the first shifting theorem. Uh, Now we are not going into the proof of this particular result, but is very much helpful in finding the Laplace transform of some functions. Say for example, e raised to t into say t square. These kind of functions are popular. So to find the Laplace transform of such functions, here e raised to t is something of the form e raised to t. So we take f of t as t square, and we have the Laplace transform of t square. Laplace transform of t square is 2 factorial, that is 2 divided by s raised to 2 plus 1, that is s. And by the theorem, we have the Laplace transform of e raised to t into f of t is f of s minus a. That means we replace the term s by s minus a. So here this is equal to 2 by instead of s we write s minus a, and here a is equal to 2, so s minus 2, then the cube. So that is our required Laplace transform. So this is a simple trick by which simple result by which we can find the Laplace transform of a lot of functions. Let's consider another Laplace transform using shifting theorem. Let's consider the case of the say Laplace transform of e raised to t into cos 3t. So here again f of t is cos 3t. So we start with finding the Laplace transform of f of t, that is cos 3t, which is s by s square plus uh, 3 square, that is 9. So the Laplace transform of e raised to t into cos 3t can be obtained by just replacing s by s minus a, that is s minus 2. So here numerator we have an s, it is replaced with s minus 2, and in the denominator again we have an s, and that is replaced with s minus 2, then s minus 2 the whole square plus 9. So we can make some simplification here if necessary. Only do the simplification part if it is necessary. So for some kind of algebraic necessity is there, or if we need few more simplification steps, then do it like s minus 2 divided by s square plus 4s plus 4 plus 9, and this is not plus, this is minus. So it is s square minus 4s plus 9, which is in fact equal to s minus 2 divided by s square minus 4 times s plus 13. So that is how we can simplify it, and so there's the application of first shifting theorem. There's one more problem. Uh, we are looking for the Laplace transform of sin ht or sin h2t into cos 3t. So we know the Laplace transform of sin h2t and cos h2t independently, but uh, so far we don't have any result which connect or which allow us to find the Laplace transform of product of two functions. If it is sum of two functions, then linearity property can be applied, but product of two functions we don't have any results so far. So here is equal to we replace this sin h2t by the definition of hyperbolic functions as e raised to 2t uh, plus um, or minus, of course it is plus, it is minus e raised to minus 2t divided by 2 into cos 3t, and we know that Laplace transform is linear, so this 1 by 2 can be taken outside, and can take the product of this thing. So it is e raised to 2t into cos 3t minus e raised to minus 2t into cos 3t. Again, since Laplace transforms are linear, we can rewrite it as 1 by 2 into Laplace transform of e raised to 2t into cos 3t minus Laplace transform of e raised to minus 2t into cos 3t. This is the Laplace transform. Now, here these two terms are like e raised to at into f of t, and so this is equal to 2 times first thing e raised to at into cos 3t. The Laplace transform of cos 3t is equal to s by s square plus 9. So in the first case we replace s with s minus 2, so it is s minus 2 divided by s minus 2 the whole square plus 9, then minus in the second case it is so we multiplied with e raised to minus 2t, so we replace s with s minus minus 2, that is s plus 2, so it is s plus 2 divided by s plus 2 the whole square plus 9. It is 1 by 2. So this is equal to 1 by 2 into s minus 2 divided by, we can simplify it r, okay, we can simplify it, it is s square plus 2 square, that is 2ab, that is 2 into 4s uh, plus 4 plus 9, here it is minus, then minus s plus 2 divided by s square plus 4s minus plus 4 plus 9. I think this will not be very much beautiful forms by simplification. Anyway, we can simplify it. This is equal to 1 by 2 into s minus 2 divided by s square minus 4s plus 13 minus s plus 2 divided by s square plus 4s plus 13. This is enough, I think. Uh, if you are interested, you can take LCMs and simplify. Sometimes it may lead to a beautiful form, otherwise the simplification is not much necessary. So So far we discussed some problems using shifting theorem, and uh, now uh, I think this is enough for now, and we can discuss the Laplace transform of functions which are derivatives which are multiplied by t, which are divided by t. All those kinds of problems can be discussed in a later video. So for the time being, this is enough. So we can meet again with number of problems in our next video. So thank you.